everyone. Welcome to episode 17 of the 3 by the Sea Designs podcast. My name is Kim and I am part of the 3 by the Sea Designs team with my mom, Dreama, and my sister, Becky. We have an online shop where we sell our handmade items. We sell project bags and stitch markers, progress keepers, hand-dyed yarn, and welcome to the latest episode. This is a podcast all about our shop and about knitting and crochet and things that we're working on. It's a way for us to connect with you and with our customers and our friends. And so welcome. I already had to take my cowl off because it is so hot, but I wanted it to be in the intro and I will show it to you in just a moment. It's something that I made a few years ago. But if you're new, thank you for checking out our channel. And if you are returning and watching another episode, thank you for coming back. And we really appreciate all of you. I have so much to talk to you about today. So much has happened since the last time I recorded. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And I hope that you really enjoy this episode. So let's talk for a minute about what's been going on. As most of you probably know, we live in Florida and we live in right outside of Tampa, and which is on the west coast of Florida near the Gulf of Mexico. And a couple of weeks ago, Hurricane Ian wreaked absolute havoc on our state. And we weren't sure if we were going to have to evacuate this area because initially it was projected to come direct. Tampa was supposed to have a direct hit, which would have been awful. Tampa seems to be so lucky every year because they always say one's coming here, and inevitably it always turns at the last minute, which means that it has to go somewhere. And it did hit to the south of us near Fort Myers, Sanibel Island, that area. And it absolutely devastated the islands down there, the communities, the beaches. People lost their lives, people lost their homes. And I didn't want to put any of the footage in of the disaster area because I'm sure you've been seeing it on the news, and it's really sad to see it. So I'm not going to put any of that here, but I will show you a little bit of footage of what we experienced here where we live. We did not evacuate, but it was still really, really scary going through it. So we got the outer bands that came through. It went up through Central Florida and kind of made like a diagonal line through the state of Florida and out through Daytona area. And so everybody got a lot of rain and flooding and wind, and there were trees knocked down in my neighborhood. And we lost power for several days. I went and stayed with some family, and it was just really stressful. We had to shut down operations for almost a week. We left the shop open, but we couldn't ship anything out. We couldn't even get on because we had no power, no internet, nothing. So we're all caught up now, but so I just wanted to say a huge heartfelt thank you from all three of us, because your messages and texts and emails and just concerns, thoughts, prayers, everything were felt, and we're so grateful to know that our customers and our friends and everyone cared so much and was so concerned about us. It was very scary. I don't want to go through that again. Becky and I already said that next time something like that happens, we're definitely leaving, because on the off chance that it does hit Tampa, or just going through it was so stressful. I can't even imagine how it was for people down south, and it was scary enough here as it is. And I've lived in Florida my entire life and been through many, many hurricanes, but the older I've gotten, I've realized that it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go through. And yes, you have to leave your home behind, and that's very scary because you don't know what you're gonna come home to. But your life is the most important thing. Your home can be replaced, things can be replaced. Things can be replaced, but your life cannot. And that is the most important thing. So if you have the means and the ability to leave, then I recommend leaving. I mean, I know everyone's situation is different, and you can't rope everyone into the same category, and everyone has many different reasons for not wanting to leave or evacuate during a hurricane, and I totally can relate to that. You have to worry about your pets, you have to worry about your other family members, you have to worry about securing your home. It's all something that you have to think about. But again, your life is the most important thing, and everything else doesn't matter at that point. Okay, so I'm sorry for getting emotional, but I just wanted to talk about that a little bit and let you guys know that we are all okay. Everything is fine now. And we did make a donation to the Florida Disaster Fund in like a 3 by the Sea Designs donation. And I'm going to talk in a little bit about a way that you can help us make an additional donation with something new that we have coming to the shop tomorrow. So I'm just looking at my notes. We have some shop news. I have some things to show you that will be in the shop tomorrow on Saturday. Oh, I didn't even tell you. Today's Friday, October, let me look at the calendar. Today's the 7th. So Friday, October 7th, tomorrow on Saturday, the 8th, we will have a mini shop update. So I've got some shop news. I do have a finished object, and it's not the one you're thinking of. It's something that you haven't even seen yet. I have some whips to show you and some future plans, Happy Mail, all of it. So let me show you what I was wearing at the beginning before it got really, really hot. Too hot to wear it inside. The weather after the hurricane was really nice. I will say that it cooled down significantly here. I don't know if everything a bunch of dry, cool air came in. So last week and this week have been very pleasant for Florida. So when we've been waking up in the morning, it's been in the 60s. When we, midday, it's like high 80s, which again is a nice relief from the upper 90s that we had in the crazy humidity. So I haven't worn this outside. I just wanted to show it to you on the podcast. This is a cowl that I made in 2019, and I remember that, or was it 2018? I don't know, it was 18 or 19. And it's a cowl by Casapinka, and the yarn is by 3 Irish Girls yarn. I bought it at a yarn shop over in Cocoa Beach. And the pattern came with the yarn, and I want to say it was an exclusive cowl. I will try to look it up and see if I can remember the name of it, and I'll link it down below if she has it available. But this was several years ago, so I don't even know if the yarn is still available. But this was my first, was it my first cowl? It wasn't my first cowl, no, but it was my first color work, and it's not traditional color work. It's like slip stitch type of color work, but it was my first attempt at color work, and I love how it turned out. When we went a few years ago to West Virginia in the fall, I was working on this. So that was either 2018 or 19. I can't remember. I think it was 2019. But I love it. I wear it every year in the winter time when it gets, cold enough here in Florida to wear it. and I love all the detail on it. Casapinka has some really pretty patterns that she designs. So that's what I was wearing. So let's talk about some shop news. Like I said, we're updating the shop tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and we have a new mini set. So we decided when we came out with our fall or our Halloween candy cauldron mini set, it was so popular and everybody loved it. So we decided immediately that we were going to do a fall version. And then, you know, everything with the hurricane happened and it got pushed back. So we decided to go ahead and make one. So this is what it looks like. It has 5 20-gram minis. And we decided to call this our autumn bouquet. We did name them all individually. Let me see if I can get these right. This is marigold. The brown is dried thistle. The green is eucalyptus. The pink is dahlia. And the purple is coneflower. And we named them all after some type of flower or plant. And we thought they just looked really pretty together. Becky picked these colors out. And I love it. It's perfect for fall, for this time of year. But these colors would be pretty year-round. So this is our Autumn Bouquet mini set on our Sanibel base, which is our 75-25 Superwash Merino Nylon blend. And I think I told you guys in a previous episode that all of our bases are named after beaches. And we felt, okay, so like I was saying, Sanibel Island was one of the hardest hit areas from the hurricane. And then Becky and I were like, well, we named our main base after that area. Is it insensitive to keep the name? And then we were like, no, let's do it as a remembrance because we love Sanibel. My daughter was just in Sanibel for someone's birthday. They went and stayed like a girls' weekend over the summer, last month maybe. And it's a beautiful place, and we thought what a great way to, you know, remember that area. So we are going to keep the Sanibel name, but a way to help us make a donation to the Florida Disaster Relief Fund. If you purchase this, it's not focusing. If you purchase this mini set, we're going to donate 10% of each sale to that fund, since it's on our Sanibel base. So this will be in the shop. I did want to talk to you about some things that can go with it, because we noticed that it pairs really well with our pressed flowers colorway. So I thought it would be good to show you some other colorways that we have that would go well with this, because you know, this is 100 grams. So if you pair it with something else, you could get, you know, a two skein shawl, or you could get you'd have enough to make a pair of scrappy socks, or I mean, the possibilities are endless with these. So we think it looks good with pressed flowers. We also think it looks good with our tonal berry kiss. Beach hut. Nocturne. These are all tonals and colorways that we have in the shop now. Weathered wood. We love it with weathered wood. And that was it for what we have available. We do have some of our chrysanthemum on our MCN base, which is our coquina base, and we have it in DK, but actually I think it's only available on DK left. So we don't have any more chrysanthemum in the shop. But so if you're thinking about what to pair these with, any of those tonals or pressed flowers is our speckled colorway, would look absolutely beautiful with these. So what else? Another really fun thing that we are bringing to the shop tomorrow, this is going to be a mystery sock set. So we came out with our Halloween mystery sock set a couple of months ago and it sold out. We don't have any left, and they've all been shipped out and are already to their happy homes. We've gotten lots of great reviews and feedback on that mystery sock set, so we decided to do another one with a Christmas theme. It's going to be called Good Grief, It's Christmas. And if you know that phrase, good grief, you'll know that it is based on Charlie Brown's Christmas, the most iconic, probably Christmas show. Another cool thing about doing this now is that November is Charles Schulz's 100th birthday. He's no longer alive, but they are celebrating his birthday for the month of November. So we thought it would be fun to do a Christmas mystery sock set in the Charlie Brown Christmas theme. And it's called Good Grief, It's Christmas. So it will be a 100-gram skein as well as a 20-gram mini. And it will be on our Sanibel base, so the 75-25 Superwash Merino nylon blend. And it's gonna start, the sale is gonna start tomorrow. So it will go up tomorrow and it will stay up until they sell out. And it will ship mid to late November. So definitely before Thanksgiving. The Friday before Thanksgiving is on the 24th, and that Friday before is the 18th. So it will be somewhere around that week before Thanksgiving that they ship out. So you'll have them in time to cast on Thanksgiving weekend if you wanted to. And throughout December, you'll be able to enjoy knitting whatever you want to knit with those. It's gonna be really fun. I'll put a picture up of it here of our inspiration picture. And, you know, when we do inspiration pictures, it is a resemblance of the colors that will be in the sock set. So, you know, the techniques that we use are always different, how we dye them, but it will definitely be bright and fun and cheerful and reflective of all of the beautiful colors that are in the picture. So that is something that we're really excited about, and we think it's going to be a lot of fun to do. And the other thing that we have that we're bringing to the shop is something that I showed on the last episode. It's our clay progress keepers that are cake and tea and coffee related. So I'll show you a few pictures here. I'll pop them up. We're bringing back our coffee cake, our orange chocolate cake, our strawberry cake, and what was the other one? Oh, the carrot cake. So those 4 cakes will be back, as well as we have some new things which are tea and coffee related. So there's a coffee charm with a little chocolate on the plate. There is a tea charm with a chocolate eclair, and then there's a tea charm with a little apple strudel type of dessert. So those will also be available in the shop tomorrow as well. What else for shop news? I think that's it for shop news. So we hope you love the new Autumn Bouquet mini set, and the Charlie Brown Christmas Mystery Sock Set, and the new Progress Keepers, and they'll all be available in our shop tomorrow. Okay, so the first finished object I have to show you, well, actually my only finished object, is a pair of socks. Last episode, I talked about casting on a pair of Halloween-themed scrappy, stripy socks. And I showed you this giant bag of Halloween scraps, Halloween colored scraps that I had been saving forever. So I also had to supplement a little bit with some of my Row 1 minis. And so I just put this whole bag together. And the day before the hurricane, I was like, I needed a distraction. I needed something like new to cast on to get my mind off of everything that was going on. So I decided to cast them on, and they are all finished. So here is what they look like. I used the String of Lights pattern by Sock Witchery. I have made this pattern one other time when I did a pair of shorties over the summer, and I absolutely loved the pattern. So I had decided then that I wanted to do another pair, and the stripes were so fun to do. I changed colors every 8 rounds, and I just tried to alternate like light and dark colors, and I love how they turned out. They're so fun. I did modify the pattern with the heel because I used the butterfly heel by Kay Jones. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the butterfly heel. And these were all from either scraps or Row 1 minis that I had saved. So what else? The pattern's really fun, like I said, and it's easy. It's not completely mindless, but it's easy enough that it's a very relaxing pattern to do. And I just loved it. I absolutely loved changing the colors. I loved picking the next color. It was such a nice distraction from everything that was going on. And I knit these in like record time. This was I finished these a few days ago. So maybe it took me about a week to make them. And I knit them on 9-inch circulars. I used what did I use? I used a US 1, 2.25 millimeters. And they're stretchy and squishy, and I just love them. So that is my one finished object. I already decided that I'm going to make a fall colored pair the same exact way. I wanted to tell you, I did for all the way down the leg and the foot, I changed colors every 8 rounds. But for the cuff, I think I cast on and knit 3 rounds for the first stripe, and then 6 rounds of the purple and 6 rounds of this like green color. I just wanted there to be a little bit of differentiation. No. I wanted them to look a little bit different on the cuff than the rest of the foot, than the rest of the sock. Words today are a little bit difficult. So that is my scrappy Halloween socks in the String of Lights pattern. I can't wait to make another pair for fall. I pulled out all my Row 1 minis and pulled out everything that looked like fall color palette. And I have them here actually. Let me show you while I'm talking about this. So in this project bag is a humongous amount of minis, fall colored minis. That obviously I'm not going to use all of these because there's like a million colors in here, but I just tried to pick things that to me looked like they would be fall colors. So I'm going to make another pair of stripy socks with all of these minis. And as you can see, I still have a ton left. I mean, I thought, oh, this is gonna be such a good way to get rid of my scraps, and it didn't get rid of them. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these scraps. I may keep them for something else. I don't know. I mean, how many Halloween socks am I gonna actually make? But maybe I could make some for my daughter or my son or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a scraps giveaway or something. I don't know. If you'd be interested in any scrappy Halloween colored minis, like, you know, enough to do socks with or something, let me know. Maybe I'll do a giveaway on here with those, because I'd love to let somebody else have them, and because I don't know what else I'll do with them. Comment and let me know if you guys would like that, and then if you do, then I will pick somebody to send them to. Okay, so that's my one finished object. I did not do a lot of knitting the last couple of weeks because, you know, it's been kind of crazy, other than those socks and a few things here and there. But I do have some whips to show you. I pulled out one of my old lingering whips that I haven't worked on in forever. So I wanted to show that and kind of get inspired to work on it again. I'm hoping that that will inspire me to work on it again. And then I want to talk to you about my sweater weather socks, because I have some info about that to tell you about the pattern that I've been working on. My Glacial light tee got it got a few rows of progress, but I'm not going to show it because it's pretty insignificant. I'm still working on the back panel, and I want to get that finished soon as well, because there's so many new things that I want to cast on, and I told myself I wasn't going to until that's done. So let me show you my lingering whip, and I hope that that gives me some inspiration to finish it. So this project is pretty old. It's from February. I started it in February. I remember that. It's the Radvent cardigan by Ambah O'Brien. Looks like this. And I don't know why I haven't finished this. I really don't know what my deal is with it, because I love it. So the way this works is you knit it in 2 pieces and then you seam it together. And I already have one half of it done and almost the whole sleeve of the second one. So you start with the sleeve and you work your way up. Most of you, if you've been a long time viewer, you know that I've shown this so many times. So I'm holding the yarn double with a fingering weight yarn and an alpaca silk blend. These are the colors. And I dyed this, I think last year. I don't remember when, but it's this really light, pretty pink color. So I don't know. I don't know what my deal is. This is the second sleeve. The first panel's done. This is the second sleeve. I'm just doing my increases. I don't know. I don't know what my problem is, why I haven't finished it. I really want to finish it because I like it a lot. I'm not unhappy with anything with it. This dark pink is by Twin Mommy Creations. It's like a really pretty hot pink. So the way it'll work is, make sure I don't drop anything, is, so this is the one panel. It will have a ribbed sort of neck band that goes all the way down. And that will also be in that hot pink color. So I've got this half is done, and I'm on the sleeve, almost done with the sleeve of the second half. Do you guys ever have whips like that where you get to a certain point and then you're like, I don't want to do it anymore? I don't know. But it's gonna be so pretty when it's all finished. I love the pink color. I don't know. I actually did knit on it like a couple weeks ago. I was working on this sleeve and I was like, this isn't bad. I don't know why I'm not doing it. So I think I'm gonna try really hard to finish this because I want to wear it this winter. And when I started it back in February, I was like, oh, it'll only take me a couple of months and then I'll have it all nice and ready to go for fall and winter. And here it is, October, and I'm still not finished. So I don't know. I'm wondering if anybody else is like that, where they start something and they get almost done and then you don't ever complete it. But I am gonna finish this. I have this really cute progress keeper on here. This is like the cakes that we're gonna have in the shop. This was one we had back in February. I think we still have some in the shop actually, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it'll be back next year for next February. So that's one of my whips. I have my Glacial light tee. I have that. Those are 2 garments that I'm working on. I really want to get those done, but I don't know what it is. I'm a sock knitter. I love knitting socks. And that's what I gravitate towards. And I think that's okay, but I also want to make other things. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I am gonna finish it. So you guys have to keep me accountable. Ask me, hey, have you been working on your Radvent cardigan? Because you need to get that done. And my Glacial light tee. Okay, so let's talk about my sweater weather socks. So last episode, I showed you guys a pattern that I am designing, a sock pattern. And I decided to call it the sweater weather socks. And I'll put a picture up here of the one I was working on and finished one of the socks. A little bit about that sock. So I used this yarn. The reason why I can't show you that sock is because I ripped it out, and here's why. This is the yarn that I used. It's a yarn that I had dyed myself, and it's a sport weight yarn. And I got this first sock finished. Everything was great. It looked good, but I tried it on and it was too big. So, and it's because the yarn was sport weight. And then I weighed the yarn and the sock was like 57 grams or something because it was a full length sock. I didn't use any contrast color. And I weighed the yarn that I had left and it was only like a little less than 50 grams. So I was like, well, great. Now I didn't have enough to make both socks. So I ripped it out and decided that I wanted to try the sock in a fingering weight yarn instead, which I was planning to do that anyway. But I just had this beautiful squishy sport weight yarn and I thought it's not that much bigger than fingering weight, but it is. It makes a huge difference. So if I ever cast on that pattern again with sport weight yarn, I would have to change my numbers, my cast on numbers. And I didn't want to have to figure that out at the moment. So I decided immediately that I was going to make the pattern in a fingering weight yarn. So I have one of the socks finished, so let me grab it. So the yarn that I used to cast on the fingering weight is by Murray Wool Goods. It's called Spooky Forest. It's beautiful greens and grays and blues. Spooky Forest. And I finished one of them. So this is the sweater weather socks pattern that I'm designing. Look how pretty. Now, a couple of things about this pattern. So I wanted to try it in a variegated color because I wanted to see how the pattern shows up versus a more tonal speckled colorway. And I definitely think you can see the pattern really well in a variegated color. So that's good to know that you can use this, you can use a variegated yarn with this pattern. Sometimes with pattern socks, and you want to showcase the pattern more, so you use a tonal or a semi-solid or a speckled colorway, which is totally fine to do as well. And that's kind of how the gold colored ones were. Some feedback that I've gotten so far on the pattern is that some people said they would love to see the design all the way down the sock, down the foot of the sock. And I think that's a great idea. Personally, I wanted this to just be on the leg, but I think I will put that in as an option that you can go continue the pattern all the way down the foot on the top of the foot. I did put, let's see if I can turn it a little bit so you can see it. Right before I started the toe, I put one repeat of the stitch pattern in. So it looks really cute, in my opinion. It looks really cute to have the pattern on the leg and then plain foot, and then to have it again on right before the toe. Just a little pop of interesting design. So I am knitting the second sock now. I'm through the leg and the heel. Actually I'm still on the decreases. So I'm working on the second sock. Come on, focus. I love the texture. I love the squishiness of them. Even on the fingering weight, they're super squishy. They blocked out nicely. And I'm going to write up the pattern and have people test it. So if you're interested in testing and you like to knit socks, comment and let me know. I haven't even written it yet though, so it'll be a little while, probably another week or two before I have it ready to be tested. But I'm hoping that sometime before Christmas, this pattern will be published. I'm so excited. I've gotten such good feedback, and thank you all for encouraging me and just the positive words that you gave. The feedback was great to hear because I've never published a pattern before. Even though I want to do it, you know, it's a little scary. So I am gonna make another pair just because I want to do one more pair while it's being tested. I'm gonna make another pair of these, and just to make sure that everything's, you know, all the kinks are worked out. But I'm really excited for them. Really, really, really excited. And because of the way the pattern is designed, they'll be like a small, medium, large size. And I want to say you could even change your numbers to like a DK weight sock and make this on DK as well. I'm only gonna write the pattern for fingering weight for now, just because I feel like one thing at a time for me. But the way the numbers work out, if you used an even count of cast on stitches, you could make this in a DK weight as well. So that is the sweater weather socks. I'm very curious to see how it would look if you extended the pattern all the way through the foot. But I personally like it like this as well. And I think it's fun to have this little pop of design on right before the toe. I think these would be cute in even like a self-striping colorway. I think they would look really cool. So I hope if any of you want to test it, somebody will use self-striping. Maybe somebody could use, like that's one of the great things about having testers is that they use all different kinds of yarns. So you could use a speckled colorway like this. Or you could use a little more variegated colorway like the one that I did. Or you could use self-striping or a solid. Like it looked really good with this, you know, semi or tonal speckled colorway. You could see the pattern really, really, really well. So that's where I'm at with that. Again, if you would like to be a tester, I'll need testers in all 3 sizes. And so I'll let you know how it goes. Just let me know if you're interested in being a tester. Okay, what else? I think that's it for whips. I'm gonna move on to future plans and a tiny bit of happy mail, and then I will wrap things up. One other thing I forgot to mention about the sweater weather socks is that the first pair I did, the gold pair, or the first sock I did, I knit that on magic loop. And then this pair, I wanted to make sure that the pattern could be written, or the pattern could be knitted on the 9-inch circulars. That way I can say in the pattern you could use either one. I definitely think it's easier, since I've done both now, to knit it on magic loop method. But it's totally doable on the 9-inch circulars as well. I actually preferred magic loop though. And I'll write that in the pattern that I found it a little bit easier to do on the magic loop. One other thing I will say about these is that this section, which is the patterned section, the texture section, I went up a needle size. So normally I knit 64, I cast on 64 stitches. And normally I will use a US 1.5, which is I think 2.5 millimeter needle. So for this so I cast on with that needle size. And then for the pattern section, once I started the pattern, after the cuff, I went up 1 needle size. So I think it was a US 2, which is I think a 2.75 millimeter. And then when I was finished, I went back to my regular size and I finished the rest of the sock with my regular size needle. So the reason why I went up a needle size for the textured pattern section is because it has the pattern and the texture, it wants to go in. And going up the needle size helps keep it all even. So I would recommend, and I'm going to recommend in the pattern, that you knit a size up for this section. So that's what I wanted to say about that as well. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things in my future plans. So you guys know I've been getting the Avery Lane Creations subscription box for probably like 5-6 months now. And I wanted to show you all of the yarns together because I haven't used any of them yet. They're all DK weight. Aren't they so pretty together? These are the ones that I have so far. All of these colors. And I'm trying to decide what to do with them. I thought they would make a nice fade, honestly, because like some of them go really well together. Like the 3 of those together go really well. These 2 go really well. I don't know. So I'm just trying to decide. I want to make something with these. Like I said, they're all DK weight. Gorgeous yarn. And this is her logo. I really like this subscription box. She has fun extras every month. You can get, I want to say you can get this in worsted weight as well. And that's one of the few subscription boxes I've seen that offers worsted weight. So her name is Nikki the dyer. She's so nice and so sweet. And so if you have any ideas on what I could make, I mean, I could do a blanket. I could crochet a blanket. That would be really beautiful with these. I've been wanting to crochet something. You guys know I always talk about how I want to make a crochet project. So that is in my future plans. I want to do something with all of these beautiful yarns and from Avery Lane Creations in DK weight. So that's one of my plans. The next thing I'm gonna do is, like I said, I wanna make another pair of these sweater weather socks, and I'm going to use our Triple Berry Tart colorway to make them. Okay, so I caked this up the day before the the day before the hurricane because I wanted to start something new, and that was before I decided that I was going to do the scrappy socks. So I caked this up and I took it with me because I was like, well, you know, I want to make something with this. This is on our coquina base, which is a merino cashmere nylon blend, and I'm going to make socks out of it. And it has the nylon in it, and I've made socks from an MCN base before, and they are beautifully soft. So, and still hold up really well. So I am going to cast on another pair of my sweater weather socks with our Triple Berry Tart colorway. I'm so excited to use this. Speaking of that colorway, we do have some Triple Berry Tart sock sets still left in the shop. I think there's okay, so there's a DK weight sock set, and there's only one of these left. Comes with 2 different color minis. Focus, I don't want to focus because it sees my face. And then we have, I think, 1 or 2 of the Triple Berry Tart fingering weight socks sets left. I don't know if that's showing up or not, but so if you like this colorway, it's beautiful with the purples and the reds and the blues. It's gorgeous. And I can't wait to make something with this. Well, to make the socks with this. It's just gorgeous. So that is my other future plan for immediate cast on things. Okay, so a couple of things for Happy Mail. September, I had a birthday in September, and my mom got me this book for my birthday. It's called Salt and Timber. And this just came out, I want to say in August. It's called Salt and Timber, Knits from the Northern Coast, and it's by Lindsay Fowler. On Instagram, she is Larkspur Knits, I think. I think that's her name, Larkspur Knits. I'll link her down below. And it is a beautiful hardback book, of patterns. It has, I want to say, 14 patterns in it. Everything from hats and shawls, socks. There's a sweater in here as well. Look at those socks. So pretty. And it's just, the photography in it is gorgeous. I don't want to show too much of the pattern. And I just absolutely, I mean, look at this photography. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I highly, highly, highly recommend this. Lindsay Fowler's knitwear collection, Salt and Timber, is inspired by the Pacific Northwestern coast. This visually stunning book features, 15 cozy designs that are intuitive and easy to knit. The patterns, including socks, shawls, sweaters, hats, mitts, and even a blanket, offer thoughtful details, opportunities to make the most of your yarn stash, and ways to customize the garments to fit your style. I highly recommend it. Every pattern that I've seen she shows them on Instagram, and they're gorgeous, and I can't wait to make them. I'm so, so, so excited for this. It's just so pretty. The second gift that I got is from my dear sweet friend Kelly, and she sent me yarn from a dyer that lives in the UK, Siobhan's Crafts. I've shown her yarn before. Look how beautiful. But wait, there's more. So this is a fade. One more. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh, it looks even prettier on camera. Well, it's beautiful in person, but it looks like you can really see the colors on camera. So it's got these beautiful blues, greens, and purples with speckles. I love it. Love it, love it. And this is that 85% superwash Polworth, 15% nylon blend that I made socks out of over the summer. And I'm really excited to knit something with this again, because I just love the base. I love it, love it. So I will definitely be doing something with these as a fade. Not sure yet what, but for now I'm gonna enjoy the beautiful colors. I think that's it for Happy Mail, and let's see, I think that's it for everything. Don't forget that tomorrow is our shop update with the beautiful autumn bouquet mini set that we have, as well as our Charlie Brown Christmas sock set, mystery sock set, and our new Progress Keepers. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Put them down below in the comments. And thank you again to everyone who reached out and prayed for us and just was concerned, and your thoughts and everything. It all meant so, so much to us. We're thankful that we're okay. We're sad for the people that aren't. And if you want to help us make a donation to the Florida Disaster Relief, if you purchase this mini skein or mini set, it will you will be able to help us make a donation to that. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little bit chaotic, but hopefully things will be completely back to normal next time. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Bye. My name is Kim, and I am, oh, gosh, I can't get this emotional.